This is the Southside School of Financial Freedom Market Report and Small Account Update for the week ending March 2nd, 2024. The market finished mixed this week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average increased 0.23% on Friday, but was down minus 0.11% for the week. The S&P 500 increased 0.8% on Friday and was up 0.95% for the week. The Nasdaq increased 1.14% on Friday and was up 1.74% for the week. Looking at the week, we can see that there were 8 up finishes versus 7 down finishes for the major indexes. On Monday and Wednesday, all the major indexes finished down. On Tuesday, the Dow Jones Industrial Average finished down, while the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq finished up. On Thursday and Friday, all the major indexes finished up. How did you do? My small account finished 1.77% higher and generated cash flow of 2.44%. Even when the market falls and or my account doesn't do well, I still get income or cash flow by selling covered calls and naked puts. This method does not only guarantee cash flow or income, it can also beat the S&P 500. I don't use charts, I don't use fundamental analysis, I don't use indicators or signals, and I definitely don't sit in front of a computer screen all day to watch the market. I simply choose a stock from my watch list to sell covered calls and or naked puts. I do have 5 criteria for choosing stocks to put on my trading watch list. I will not reveal what my criteria are, but if you examine my list, you may be able to figure out the criteria for yourself. The last row, however, is my benchmark row. That is, I measure my performance against gold, silver, and the S&P 500. I choose the stock option based on whether I own the stock or I would like to own the stock. I choose a strike price, an expiration date, a bid, and I submit a limit order. Then I wait for execution. If the sale does not execute, I may change my order or wait until the next day to submit a new order. Looking at my watch list from the week, the strongest performer on the list was Editas Medicine Incorporated, ticker symbol EDIT, in the third column. It was up 4.67% on Friday and increased 34.83% for the week. Editas is a clinical stage genome editing company that focuses on developing transformative genomic medicines to treat a range of serious diseases. The company developed a proprietary gene editing platform based on CRISPR technology. Editas develops a variety of gene editing medicines to treat cancer and partners with other biotechnology companies to research and develop gene editing medicines for a range of ocular disorders. Looking at a summary of results, you can see that Editas has increased 3.95% year to date. I have generated cash flow from Editas in the past. However, this week, I generated cash flow from selling 7 other option contracts, 6 calls, and 1 put that range from $4.34 to $35.34. So, on Monday, I sold 2 calls, one for $21.34 and one for $11.34. On Tuesday, I sold 3 calls, one for $18.34, one for $5.34, and one for $4.34. And on Wednesday, I sold a call for $6.34 and a put for $35.34. That is a total of $102.38, which is not a lot of money, but the account is small, and $102.38 in cash flow was 2.44% of my account value. If you use this system, this money is free and clear. You can take it out of your account and spend it, or leave it in to build your cash balance and or invest it. If you want to increase the amount of cash flow, just use a larger account. For example, to 10x the cash flow to $1,023.80, use a larger account and instead of selling one of everything that I sold, sell 10. This strategy is guaranteed to produce cash flow immediately and every week that it is applied. However, it does not guarantee the amount of cash flow from week to week, nor the value of your account. The amount varies and the account value varies. Despite the variations in amount and value, the goal is to generate cash flow and beat the S&P 500. And that is what I am openly showing you every week as it happens. Note, most professional money managers and their strategies do not consistently beat the S&P 500 every year. They usually lose, and they lose by a lot. Last year, this method beat the S&P 500 by almost 12%. But so far in 2024, my account is down minus 10.61% versus 7.9% up for SPY, which is an S&P 500 ETF. That's a difference of 18.51%. So I am losing to the S&P 500 by about 18.5% after the first 2 months of the year. It is not unusual to beat the S&P 500 one year and then lose to the index the next year. Will I befall this same fate? Over the last few weeks, my account has been slowly cutting the deficit to SPY. This week, SPY gained 0.98%, while my account gained 1.77%. Will I continue to gain on the S&P 500? Tune in next week to find out. Bitcoin Watch. Bitcoin gained 22.18% this past week and appears to be in a bull market. It is down only minus 9.35% from its all-time high, which was achieved in November 2021. It is up almost 49% year to date. Some believe that Bitcoin is really the only long-term investment you need. What do you think? What is your strategy? Do you know how to produce cash flow every week and beat the S&P 500? Or will you simply invest in Bitcoin? As you develop, analyze, and implement your strategy, please check back to see how my small account performs against the S&P 500 from week to week by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you.